Ciao e bentornati a SuonA Tipo Bene. Quello di oggi è un episodio decisamente particolare perché ho avuto l'opportunità di poter intervistare Gustavo Santaolalla. Noi abbiamo già parlato di questo compositore per quanto riguarda il mondo del videogioco e della serie di Last of Us, ma quello che sappiamo è che appunto lui ha anche vinto 2 Oscar con Babel e i Segreti di Borkeback Mountain ed è uno dei compositori più influenti di Hollywood, oltre appunto del mondo dei videogiochi. Io ho avuto l'onore di poterlo intervistare e qualche giorno dopo di poterlo conoscere e passare un po' di tempo con lui e con la sua band, che è stato una cosa incredibile. Soprattutto perché quello che ho capito è che la persona che traspare anche da questa intervista è effettivamente la persona che ha trovato il modo di trasmettere in musica tutto quello che è dentro e probabilmente questa è la grande motivazione per la quale la sua musica muove tutto il mondo. Questa intervista è avvenuta poco prima del concerto di Roma, che in questo momento in cui registro è stato ieri. E domani, 18 novembre 2025, ci sarà un nuovo concerto a Vercelli e sarà l'ultimo concerto del tour di Don Rocco. Eh, a coloro i quali avranno l'opportunità di ascoltare questo episodio in tempo per poter fare diciamo questa pazzia magari di andare a Vercelli, io consiglio vivamente di farlo, soprattutto perché quello che sentirete nell'intervista, le descrizioni del concerto che lui ha fatto durante l'intervista, sono tutte cose che poi ho avuto l'opportunità di vivere. E credo, spero, immagino che ci sarà anche forse l'opportunità di fare altre interviste con lui, ma questo è stato il nostro primo incontro e spero che vi piaccia. Number one, Gustavo, so very glad to meet you, so very honored to get this opportunity to have this interview. There's just so many things I would like to ask you, but we have a few minutes and we're going to go with that.
Sure, sure.
One thing that I wanted to ask you first is, well, number one, you are right now on a tour, the Ron Rocco tour, and you will be doing this concerts in Italy, 2 concerts, one in Rome on the 16th of November at the Auditorium della Conciliazione, and another one in Vercelli on the 18th at the Teatro Civico.
Correct.
How has it been, the tour so far?
The tour has been amazing. It's very the concert is something very different, to anything that I've done before. I mean, if you look at the reality that the album Ron Rocco was released more than 25 years ago.
Yes.
I never actually did a concert playing. I mean, my concerts have always been marked by a repertoire that has been very eclectic, no? But eclectic sonically too. So I will play something that was very electric, very, wild, and then I will do something very acoustic. Then I will do something very classical in its form. Then I will do something very folkloric. Many variations in the concert, right? And I will play some Ron Rocco, but perhaps I will play 3 pieces of that in that vein, right, of music. But to do a concert, a full concert, all in just one mood, even if there's variations inside, but the whole concert is in one mood. It was a big challenge for me. Didn't even know what was going to happen, not only with the audience but with me. Last year we did a sort of a tryout. First of all, I mean, I did some rehearsals with a group of great musicians that I've been working with, some of them for many years, and it worked. And then we did it. We did the concerts. We did, I don't know, a few concerts, 6 or so, and it worked amazing. It worked really good. So then I thought, well, now we have it. So I work more in the concert. I develop some more ideas to it, and now we have this. What you're going to see, or whatever, what the audience is going to see in Rome and in Vercelli. It's incredible what happens in those concerts. The music is very unique. I mean, it's very hard to tell somebody, it is like something like nothing, it's hard to compare it to anything. It's very introspective. It just takes you in a inside journey, the whole concert, and it has a very strong spiritual, but without becoming something acartonado, something.
Sì, sì, eh, giusto, giusto. Like, I don't know, too cheap, weird.
Exactly, we're making a big thing, new age thing, or
Yes,
no, no, it's
real.
very real and very raw too, in a way,
Mm,
and very sophisticated too. It's an experience.
I cannot wait to live that experience because I will be at the concert, of course.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous.
Of course. Um, there is one thing that I wanted to ask you
Yes,
also is so if you look at everything that you have done,
yes.
all of your career, I am pretty sure there is no composer in movies and pretty much in this era
Yeah.
that can be called more or less the composer of love than you. Because if you look at everything that you have done, Amores Perros is love. The Diary, it's love for the country. Brokeback Mountain, even Last of Us from the creator is called a love story of
Yeah.
many loves. The Book of Life. I mean, everything that you put in, it talks about love.
Great. I never thought it that way, and nobody told me this before, but you're right. I mean,
Well, I'm glad. But my question would be what does Gustavo loves and what makes you feeling that beautiful feeling that we could call now you're talking about soul and very deep stuff, right? Love is an emotion and it's probably the strongest emotion and we might think of love as just the passionate and love for one person, but love is so much more.
you mentioned two words very important. You mentioned the word love, which encompasses everything, and you mentioned the word emotion. One of the things that the concert also it is very emotivo.
See.
You know, I love life. I have a voracious appetite for life that sometimes has cost me a few indigestions because my appetite is voracious, ferocious, but I haven't lost it. Even with indigestions, I still have it. I love life. I love people, and I draw inspiration from all the incredible things that life bring to us. Through
Mm,
nature, through people, through animals, through plants, through everything. And I think my music has this very strong connection with emotions that connect with the heart, you know,
yes.
and that's something that I really don't, I can't explain, but it is. I know that it is, and I can tell because there's so many people, and I get so many comments from people that have felt incredible things through my music and have experienced great things. Like, I mean, Ron Rocco, the album, it's an album that has been played at births, when people are giving birth, or at wakes. Some surgeons have used the music to perform
Wow.
surgery. Meanwhile, the Ron Rocco is sounding. People use it to meditate. Writers use it a lot to put it in the back and then write. It's music that somehow connects with something very deep.
Mm,
One of the things that happened last year when we did the tests was that I realized, especially in the moment that we are living in the world right now,
yes.
that this concert has a place in the world. You'll see when
Mm.
you see the concert that somehow it provides something really interesting at the site of what we are living.
That this is absolutely beautiful. And there's one thing that it comes to my mind if I can give you my own compliment regarding this stuff. Of all the composers who put in orchestrations and complex stuff and a lot of years of study and stuff like that, it sounds like your music arrives as strong as a smell. You can't really understand the rules of that, and yet it arrives very strongly.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely beautiful. And I think that's also the reason why, among all of the, Hollywood composers and people that have studied years and years and years, you tell that your preparation, theoretically
Yeah,
speaking,
yeah. I'm not proud about it, but I don't know how to read.
you should be.
But
Whatever works, works, and your music works much better than many others. So,
one of the things also that happens with my scores and my music is the fact that because I don't know how to read or write music, my mode of notation is recording. So when I have an idea, I record it, or either within my phone, or or if in my studio, obviously with an instrument. And the fact that in the scores I play, me myself, I am playing, I am creating it, and I am playing it. It gives a very presence of me in my music that some other
see.
composers don't have, in the sense that you can write something, a piece of music, and then give it to a musician that could be fantastic, even 10 times better than you.
Oh, yeah.
And they will read the chart and play it. But there's something about playing something that you wrote, that you composed, you know what I mean?
Ah, I do.
It gives you there. And also the fact that I'm not the greatest musician, that I have my limitations and that I use them because, for example, proper guitar players, if you recorded a great guitar player stuff, they will avoid any type of noise when they run their hands through the fretboard.
Oh my God, what are you? Yes, please.
And sometimes I have pushed those noises in the mix. I have put them louder. So all those things that people take out, I will use. So my way of work, or the use of silence that I have, I mean, to take these enormous spaces sometimes before playing one note, or working with mistakes, quote unquote, because I think
Hmm.
mistakes sometimes are just mistakes, but sometimes mistakes are great things, too.
Yes, I agree.
All those things humanize the music, you know what I mean? And I think that's big part of it, and that's what connects also a lot with people. I've been told, some really nice things about my music, but one of them is that my music always ends up being like another character in a movie or in a story. It's like
Mm.
another actor or an actress. Is the music. The music becomes a character.
Yes, 100%. I wish I could have talked to you a year ago. On the last project I worked on, I've been playing guitar for 25 years or so, and I was so stressed about doing things perfectly that I was not basically playing anymore.
You're not enjoying. You were not enjoying, probably.
Exactly. And then, believe me, I mean, this thing was going on in movie theaters, and I was so worried about the sound and everything else. At one right moment, I just decided, you know what? The things that with the creak and with the sound of the air conditioning and everything else just sounds alive, and it sounds like me, and it's finally me there and nothing else.
Of course.
So I wish I could have talked to you much before.
I've seen, unfortunately, I mean, there's some great schools of music. I'm not going to name any, but I mean, there are and great teachers and stuff. But unfortunately, in some cases, those schools and some teachers have ruined lots of potential musicians because they get an idea, that they can never be like that. They have these references of great, jazz musicians.
Hmm.
Amazing. I mean, I enjoy immensely the work of other composers and other things. I'm just talking about my own experience. But I've seen kids that have become jaded with the music and frustrated because they could never be enjoy what they were doing it because it was not at to the level that, instead of trying to find their own identity and what you have, try to do the best that you can with what you have, and what you don't have. Also what you don't have to your advantage.
I think that the honestly, this is either your secret or non-secret weapon, because by being who you are, you have basically arrived in Hollywood where nobody was using the, ronroco, the charanguito, or even the rhythm of the chacarera in Last of Us. It definitely doesn't make sense, and that's why it makes total sense. And and it's just fantastic. I mean, you said you're so ferocious about life, right? Is there something that you are discovering right now yourself, which it will lead in something into music or just in yourself?
Yeah, more than ferocious is voracious, voraz.
Voracious.
I mean, I'm discovering things on at every step. Every day, I discover new things. Even in playing this concert. Every concert is different. In every concert, I discover something. Oh, this could be this, and also, I talk about this in the show that I have become interested in quantum mechanics.
Ah,
We know that through quantum that the observer modifies the observed. So anything that looked at, we modified by our observation. So actually, we don't know how that really is, because the moment that we looked at it, the moment that we are aware of it, we have already transformed it into something. So one of the big principles of quantum is the principle of uncertainty. Nothing is fixed. So everything is changing all the time. And by that, that means that you have to, if you want to be aware, somehow, you have to uh, be learning constantly new things, because things change all the time. And then you have to learn. And learning for me is something that I'm very interested in. I'm interested in almost every aspect of life. And when you learn something new, it's a very revolutionary thing, because when you learn something, you change.
yes.
There's a transformation that happens once you know something that you didn't know before. You become somehow new. That's when people, think that they know all the answers, and that things should be this way. And that's the most, the most stiff and and thing that you can imagine. I mean, you have to have, this plasticity.
That's fantastic. You mentioned that you discover something new every day, especially with the concerts. Now, is there any, let's say, fun fact or something that caught up your mind in these concerts that maybe even just something very little, a smile or something? Even, you know what? I'm going to even open up more than the concerts in these days they were spending in Europe and everywhere else. Is that something that you think of and say, "Oh, that was just one great thing that I will keep with me."
I had some incredible moments. Um, I mean, there's a relationship with the applause in the concert that is quite interesting. The concert is designed in such a way that there's a lot of time that goes without even a space for applause, and that creates a special vibe. And then the moment for applause comes. But in the last concert, we finished a piece that usually people applause. There's applause at the end of the concert.
Hmm.
That particular moment, the the ambient, the connection was so strong that was total silence at the end of the piece. It was an incredibly loud and eloquent silence. It wasn't like a silence of that nothing happened. No, no, no. The connection was so strong. It was like if you will be meditating.
Mm. Yes,
That we were all in the same place, and there was nobody wanted to make a sound. Understand? I mean, everybody was sharing that moment of silence. It was very strong. Was much louder than the applause,
wow, wow.
because sometimes I bow so people know, okay, applaud. There's,
Of course.
but sometimes it just happens naturally. The piece finishes and the people applaud. You'll see when you see the show that there's a moment that the applause comes naturally, and some, there's no room for applause because music goes after one after another. And that was an incredible moment that we all felt. Another thing that you'll notice is that there's not tons of people pulling out cell phones and filming.
They're just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, we don't say anything. It's not a please don't film it. No, there's not. No, it's just naturally because there's something with the attention. When you put all your focus and all your attention in something, I mean, you forget about it. I mean, I don't want to film it. I want to be there. I want to be, try to capture something that I'm not really there. So perhaps later I will look at it and finally I will be there. No, I am here and I don't need to film it. I am already
Yes.
absorbing this.
That's fantastic. I can't wait, but it feels like they're actually those concerts that we used to love,
Yeah,
where people went and just enjoyed that moment, which we're now losing that much.
yeah, it has some of that. I mean, I because I mean, I've lived quite a few years now. I've seen those concerts, years ago, where you could feel that connection.
Last question. Have you ever been in Italy?
I've been there many times. I love Italy, as you can imagine. As an Argentinian, io voglio parlare italiano perché mi piace molto, tu sai.
Ah, no, come?
È una lingua che veramente mi chiama e non lo parlo.
No, ma non è vero. Lo parli bene e like unfortunately here's I'm switching it because in Spanish I'm so bad. It's so close that I feel I can't speak it. I speak Chinese, I speak English, I speak Italian, but I cannot not. I feel so embarrassed. So
It's sort of a promise to myself that I'm going to learn it, because from my mom's side,
sì.
side of La Nonna, it was Italian, and from my father, it was Spanish. I mean, both
Ah,
Argentinians, but the roots, were.
sì, of course.
So I love Italy, but funny enough, I've never played in Rome. I have never played in Rome,
Okay.
also in Vercelli. But Rome, I mean, you think, I mean, with all so many years of career and I've done so many things, I've never, so I'm very excited that I'm going to be playing for the first time in Rome.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for sure. Under the name of SuonA Tipo Bene and everybody that is following this podcast that is about music and it's made by someone who is a composer, I thank you so much for this time. It's just been fantastic and I wish you all the best. I will be at the concert. If I get the chance, I will be at both concerts. And really, really thank you. And I wish you the best of luck in everything that you're doing because, wow, it's amazing.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad that you're coming to the both concerts because each concert, in a way, I mean, it is different.
Yes.
The same experience, but in two different ways. You see.
All right, beautiful.
Tutti gli amici di Suono Tipo Bene, ci vediamo.
Favoloso, favoloso. Grazie Gustavo, grazie tantissimo.